Hey Loopers, Melissa here with LovableLoops.com. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add braids to a hat beanie that has ear flaps. A lot of my hat patterns on my blog, I like to make them often with ear flaps, and then of course you add those cute braids to them. So I thought I'd do a quick tutorial and show you how to do that. Okay, when I make my my ear flap hats, I like to use 15 pieces of yarn for each braid, okay? And the reason I like to use 15 is because when you fold it in half, 15 times 2 is 30, you'll have 30 strips, and then that means that each section, you know, you break a braid into 3 parts, each part has 10 pieces of yarn. And I like just having that nice even number, and for the braid, each section to be equal. So this is actually one of my unicorn hats I'm making, and so I have used these 5 different colors. I have pink, purple, yellow, green, and blue. So what I did was I cut strips, each color. I have 3 strips, so 5 times 3 is 15 total, and then when I fold it in half, it's 30, okay? And if you're wondering, sometimes I'll just measure like an arm's length when I cut the yarn for the ear flaps, but this is actually 36 inches long. Okay, and so here's what you do. It's very simple. This is going to be a quick tutorial. All right, so again, fold that yarn in half, put the loop on your finger, okay? Now this is the front of my hat here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a crochet hook, and if you're wondering, this is a J 6mm. I wouldn't recommend using one much smaller than this, but you could certainly get away with using a larger crochet hook. You're going to use the hook to pull the yarn through the ear flap, but you're going to insert the hook from the inside out. So you want to pull the yarn to the inside of the hat, okay? So this is the right side. Okay, this is the outside, the right side of the hat. So I'm going to insert my crochet hook on one side here in the ear flap, the bottom of the ear flap, and just find a nice space to pass that yarn through, okay? So I insert my hook from the inside of the hat outward, and then I'm going to grab that yarn off my finger there and pull it through. Now, if I was using a larger hook, I might be able to get all of it at once, but I'm just going to go back. And that green one did not make it on there. I'm gonna go back and grab the rest of that yarn and pull it through. Now it looks like there might have been a piece there that I missed, this blue one. Gonna go back and grab that. Okay, if you're using a lot of yarn like I am, I think the braids look cute when they're nice and thick. Sometimes you'll have to fish for those to make sure you get them all through. Okay, so then pull it through. You can pull it a little bit of a ways back, and then what you want to do is just get everything situated, get all of those loops on your finger, make sure everything's straight, make sure you have all of the loops, okay, and then keep your finger on there and just pull it tight from the other end, okay? Everything's nice and straight. Okay, so now you are going to pass this yarn through the loop, okay? Grab that yarn, and pull it straight through, and then you tighten it. And the reason we started with pulling the yarn through to the inside of the hat is so that your knot ends up being on the outside of the hat. It looks much prettier. That is obviously not as pretty. That looks like it belongs on the inside, which is the wrong side, okay? So now you have the outside of your ear flap, the outside of the braid, and all we need to do now is braid the yarn together, okay? Now, because when you're braiding, you have a tendency to pull, I am using this weight here. I'm just gonna use it to hold my hat down so that I can make the braid. So go ahead and divide that yarn into 3 separate sections. Each section should have 10 pieces of yarn. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. And over here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. Okay. And then you're just going to simply braid. Okay. When you're braiding, you're just taking turns, overlapping each section. Okay, so the right, and now the left, and the middle always gets moved to the side. So now it's the right again, now it's the left, now it's the right, now it's the left, now the right, and you can see the middle gets pushed back and forth from the right to the left. Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and braid it until you reach the desired length of the braid. I like that length there. Now you're just going to tie those ends into a knot. So twist it and pull those ends through, and then tighten up the end. Okay. If you're going to pull, make sure you're gripping this end so that you're not pulling on the hat. Tighten that up. Okay. And then I would use a large pair of scissors, and then you're just going to want to trim that end so that all of those pieces there are the same length. Okay? It's as easy as that. And then you go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, and then you have this adorable hat with braids. All right, I hope you found this helpful. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I am trying to post a new video each week while my kids are in school. Also, head over to my blog. I am providing a new free written pattern every week as well. Okay, thank you.